That will also direct all the water. It will slow it down so it doesn't fall like this down the length, but it will slow it down and it will take it to the pond. That's the purpose. So we will also work on the path. We will sculpt it as well. That's why yesterday we were also replanting some of the plants that were along that path. And we will make this trench that will also manage to catch the water along the path.
They're gonna put the frame and they just cut, like stick the frame to the wall, cut it through, and the wall is gonna just open and become a door.
Just at the door, but oh.
Imagine like you want to do a bio lake, like where is the place where you can see how it gets done and like engage yourself with it and do a mistake and do it with other people. It's not something obvious and that you can do every day. So this is how we intend this garden. In a sense, it's the garden of Movesi, but it's also the garden of all the other people that came here and contributed to it. And a lot of them even came back and feel this as their own place. But like a body of water in a natural ecosystem is very important. And bodies of water, like in the way that land has been managed like so far, or in the last 300 years, have been like bodies of water are the natural element that suffered the most, you know? Like the one that disappeared like everywhere. You know, like swamps were all over Europe, and now you can barely find a swamp. So I think it's a very symbolic element, you know. People travel a lot to go to bodies of water, like people move all the time to go to the sea. And I think it's like you know, people miss it like emotionally. So it's really something very symbolic and emotional to have on a garden in a certain sense. And this makes sense, like not only for people that always work here, but also for visitors that come for one day, you know. This can have a big impact. And then there is, like, beside all of this, there is also the dimension of the ecosystem. Like having water brings like a totally different type of animals and plants on the garden. This obviously increases biodiversity, and for what we do, this is something very important.
communities which were in the United States, especially religious one, they had lots of struggles.
All right. So this one's ready? So today it's about preparing the pond, then to make it to make the retention of water possible. So we're removing all the larger stones which might break the seal. And then there's also, as I mentioned, the pathway coming up to here. And that's going to have, I would say, 3 functions. So if it's about, like, let's say a 2-meter wide path, the first 20 centimeters will serve the function of moving water. So there's going to be a bit of a ditch that'll collect most of the water from the runoff. Then about another meter of pathway. So that's, you know, for us to traffic up and down with wheelbarrows, just walking, and then after a while for visitors. And then the third part with the remaining space will be a bed of the topsoil that was removed from the other part, piled on, so it'll be kind of a double layer of topsoil. And there will be trees, fruit trees most likely, and also some herbs, rosemary, other things. So we'll use that area, and it will also be very accessible because you'll have the pathway right next to it to pick the fruit, to cut back the branches when necessary.
The other one is the one that you said, that we go out and then we bring it down here.
Yeah.
And of course to do it on the other one. The other possibility is that we cross and we bring it inside. And I'm a bit afraid that if we do it like this, that it might, because here
It might take
the
water out.
the road is already, you know, the road is horizontal but on the curve it needs to fall down to make this curve. So I was thinking I would maybe that we use this
Clay tiles.
exactly those to make a intentional thing already before.
You can, like, you can take the office sketch, you know, like, and then I can watch in your camera.
No, that's not a good system.
How you doing? Good?
Good.
So, like, for the foil, I told, what? I was not.
Okay, and when does the shop close?
I don't know, but they still have to let us know. So if they say that we can go, we go.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, time-wise, either this afternoon, have it,
Yes.
or tomorrow in the morning. Like being here like 9:30 with foil.
Okay.
Non ce l'hanno? Ok. Yeah, we don't have the foil. They have 2.5 meters, not 4.5.
2.5.
2.5.
That's really nothing.
Yeah.
Because that is like
Yeah. 4.5 and it's barely enough, no? You will have to put a bit low.
4.5
is okay.
Is good. Then we are up
Yeah,
here
okay. And
up there.
okay.
And it's good. Yeah.
okay.
Is it possible to find it anywhere else in Italy and have it like delivered quickly? like this 24-hour delivery, and we order it now.
No, abbiamo il piano B di il piano B di un piano A, quindi stiamo valutando delle soluzioni. Perfetto, grazie mille, buona giornata. Ciao, arrivederci.
That's obviously a dragonfly. So the topic for the lecture was about local biodiversity and how people can influence it with building ponds. How are the bigger aquatic cycles in Europe? How this affects like destruction of wetlands, affects both loss of biodiversity and also issues with flooding and drought. And the point is that I believe that everybody in our society is an ecological analphabet. In school, we learn how to write and to read, and most people in our societies can read and write. But nevertheless, they live in a landscape and in an ecosystem that is a complete mystery to them, where they see plants, where they see animals that they don't know. And this is not a normal situation for human societies. And it's a part of why we are in this detrimental ecological situation now. And we attempt to, in theory, in praxis, with different methods, some of them being, very scientific, other ones are very more artistic. Some are based on digging with our hands, and other ones are about learning about chemical and biological cycles, to be able to understand what's going on around us, because that is the key to make a positive change. So, willow is a pioneering plant. It's fast growing, and a lot of willows, not all willows, but a lot of willows like water bodies and grow next to it and have co-evolved with the aquatic ecosystems. It's something where a lot of animals, there are specifically adapted butterflies that live in the dead wood of willows. A lot of birds nest in willows. We have used willows for a long time for basketry and weaving, also for house building. The bark has salicin acid, which is the main ingredient in aspirin and helps against headache. And it is also important for pollinators because it blossoms very early in spring and feeds bees and various other insects. And that's why often it's also used as a symbol for regeneration, rebirth. It's not a coincidence that, in Palm Sunday we use all over Europe willow branches. We will plant it here to also help this microclimate, slow down the wind, keep the water inside, and raise the groundwater level.
It's a little bit tiring, but we are enjoying this sunny climate in southern Italy.
Nice. How do you like Buccino?
Well, it has a lot of hills, so we are not used to it. I came from a plane from Zagreb, Croatia, and yeah, we are walking a lot, and but I like it. My muscles sore, but I like it.
But the scenery is amazing, so
It's very
it's worth it, yeah.
yeah, sure.
And did you learn something new for these couple of days?
Yes. Well, I work in school gardens with kids, so it's a much smaller scale than this thing that we were building these few days. So I learned how to do it in a bigger scale with a lot more people, with adults, and I like it. And I'm really curious how it's gonna be when all this comes to life, you know.
So why are we planting these plants, and what are these plants in particular?
We have like a variety of plants. There are a lot of different ones. Some of them are more succession plants and pioneer plants, and the others are aromatics. So all of these plants will go along the path that we have built, and they will hold the soil, but also bring an additional value to the path. So it will be a diverse path with different plants that can be used in various ways.
Mm-hmm. Nice. For instance, what plant is this one, that spiky one?
This is juniper. So this one produces also fruits, and yeah, you can use it in different ways, and it's also a medicinal plant. While some others are more like creating biomass, so that will be useful also later for the soil as it decomposes.
Okay, each chapter of the book contains like a specific skill, attitude, or value that educators should teach or learn or make people learn or unlearn together with the students or young people. And the objective of the activity is that youth workers that are in the project can exchange between them how they teach the skills, if they teach them, and how they address specific learning needs. For example, like there was like one specific skill which was like understanding that like nature is not something external to us, which looks obvious, but it's not, and it's something that is within us. And a person suggested, okay, in order to teach this, we have like we do experience with food in which people understands this act of food embodiment, you know, in which something external to us becomes like actually your body, transforms, like gets metabolized, digested, and transforms into your cells. So like they proposed this activity as a fundamental way of teaching this particular skill. And this type of exchange is super interesting.
As it's the last day today, we are finishing the pond. Yesterday we have prepared all the surfaces and the area surrounding, and now we have just left to put the folia, so to put the material that will collect all the water. We are still finishing with some smaller tasks, like flattening out the paths and areas around. We are watering all the plants that were replanted these days, so that we support them in this transition. And in the afternoon we will be finishing with our creative work. So we are actually going to make signs, and we will have a bit more creative time for sharing our perspectives of the experience of the village and of the garden.
Very important. Once the foil is in, nobody with shoes goes on it. Yes, but it's about the height level, because once they are finished with the cutting, we will bring it over there to extend it a bit more.
No good lunch. Maya is the queen of the good lunch.
I think it's eating up too much somewhere, and it's just cooked it basically.
Yeah.
So he told me that he didn't find more in the shop. I don't know. They didn't have more. They had just one. So I think we need to stop for today. This is an amazing object.
You won't have Johannes tomorrow, no?
Huh?
Will you have
No, but I mean, like, this is something we can finish. The worst case, you know. But maybe we got water in another way. Peppe, vedi che si è cotta completamente la cinghia. Sì, si è cotta proprio. Non so perché. Te l'ha giusto data, è là.
Ma quando acqua ci vuole ancora? Parecchio.
Un po' così. Un altro poco. Si è agnuta abbastanza. Secondo me come ci fosse un po' meno di metà. Manca ancora un po' d'acqua.
Un pozzo ci sta ancora.
Hai voglia. Parecchio, c'è almeno una 2 metri la sommersa dentro.
Che ma fa?
What's the situation?
Nothing. We're gonna find a solution. But he wants to look.
Yeah, for early childhood pedagogy.
Tengo pure l'attacco. Tu tieni là un pollice, no?
No, che tengo l'innesterabile della sala.
Ah no, pure qua lo tengo.
Ah, va buono, dimmi.
Sì. No, se leva sì. Questo faccio i video come a tuo fratello. There was no water this morning, he's checking.
I'm super proud. I couldn't even imagine what we could do, but all of us, we acted collectively. We had a common goal and a common vision, and with the help of the ones who know best, we managed to accomplish this mission, and I'm super happy and super proud. And look what people can do when they gather together. Miracles.
It was so satisfying since you can feel the nature with your full body. It's really so satisfying, and when you reach the goal that you needed, it makes you more happier than whatever you think.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, I think it's going to fulfill its function. It already looks, in my eyes, beautiful. I mean, look at this. Can you see the reflection?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Amazing thing. No, no, he's showing his hand. It's on the other side.
Argo!
Bro, we're gonna get an Oscar. This is some Disney type of movie. You know?